some weed in
I want you to grind me up, roll me like you love me, make it last enough, stroke me while you smoke me.
Hey babe, so real quick, I just wanted to come to y'all and talk to you about Married at First Sight, because I've been watching all the episodes, I've been keeping up with the show, and I want to come talk to you about the most recent episode, which I call Secrets, Lies, and Missing Divorce Papers, okay? So I want to talk about all the couples and just give a rundown of what I think thus far, okay? Yes, I know y'all. I'm gonna get all of that fixed up, but it's my birthday month, and my birthday is on the 21st. Yay! I'm so thankful to see another year. And so I had an appointment, but I decided to change my appointment. So I'm going to just stretch it out because I'm leaving to go on a trip on the 23rd on that Sunday. So I was like, I might as well just wait so they'll be fresh while I get them done, and then have to want to get them done again before I leave because I want them fresh for my trip. But anyway, what we here for? Married at First Sight. Okay, this is a whole shit show of conflict and drama, but it's getting good for entertainment. It really is. Some things have been rubbing me raw, like real raw, but I've been trying not to like get myself emotionally involved, because I'm like, it's not me that's got anything at stake. I don't have a dog in this fight, so because I know how I would respond to some of these situations if a bitch was talking at the side of their neck to me, but it's not me. So let's talk about Carla and Juan. I like Carla. Carla is very whimsical. She's very free-flowing. She's about emitting positive energy. She wants to grow. She wants to flow in abundance and light and energy. Oh, I love it. You know, I'm not going to say that some of Carla's practices could not be adopted in some of our lives. Now, here's the thing. I'm not with all the readings and the tarot and all of that stuff. That's not my cup of tea either. Maybe I don't understand, and I'm not going to say maybe, I don't understand what she means when she says stuff like energy cleansing and stuff like that. But when I hear it, it's not off-putting. Sometimes I've met people and I'm like, they could use an energy cleanse because they're off balance. You know, they're not in alignment, if you will. So, but the intuitive reader bitch miss me with that. Like, my intuition is intact, and my spirit of discernment let me know that that was not for me. But as it pertains to the chemistry between Juancho and Carla, Juancho, he's just not there. He is just not there. Juancho, I don't know what he's looking for, but it's not Carla. While he finds Carla attractive, he's not attracted to her. I don't know if she's too light and airy and just too spacey for him. And in his mind, he's a lot more grounded. But he just doesn't see it for her. And that's okay. It's just not what it is. It's just not working. Because I don't know a man who gets an open invitation to be more physical with a woman and he doesn't jump at the opportunity. Hold my hand, touch the small of my back, caress my shoulders, kiss my neck. But Juan's like, I'm just not in it. Then we have Alan and Madison. Now this one right here, what I want to focus on is the conversation between Alan, well, it is Alan and Madison. Alan and Madison, when he expressed that her behavior comes off as transactional. He did speak specifically about when they go out, you know, for leisure, when they're at the club or at the bar and she's out dancing and she's shaking her ass or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But he says that her demeanor comes across transactional. And he did preface by saying that he didn't want her to take it personal or read too much into it, because he wanted her to know that this was not the word that he wanted to use. It was the wrong word. He already knew that it was the wrong word, but he was going to use it anyway because he needed a word to put in there. And I'm like, no, fool. If it's the wrong word and you know it's not the word that needs to be in there, then you don't use the word. But he chose to use the word anyway. So transactional it is. My thing is, why you so bent about him saying that? Because it was the emotion she chose to express. She expressed immense hurt and offense. Hear me out. The offended part, I'm cool. Okay, you're offended. You like, bitch, you acting like I'm a hoe and I'm out naked shaking my titties on the pole. That was pretty much along the lines of what she said. Y'all remember? Okay. But it wasn't so much that. It was that she just got so hurt and just started crying and was just so sad and was like, and I'm like, now if she had got upset and got angry and been like, excuse me? Like, really, Alan? Come on now. Do better. And then let it be. I could have went with that. I could have took it. But she held on to it so much and harped on it for like, at least the editing showed it was not 1 day, not 2 days, but it went to the extent of going to Dr. Pia. And is that Dr. Pia? The expert. And they were talking to her about this same conversation. So this is what I gathered from that. This is not the first time that she's heard something along those lines. She also made an effort to mention that she's had to defend herself against comments that kind of diminish her accomplishments, that like diminish her in a way that because she said it because she's like, because she's a beautiful woman, that because she's very beautiful, you know, she has to defend the fact that she is accomplished and a successful career woman. And I'm like, chick, you're not gonna play in my face with that. It's not because you're a beautiful woman, because I have encountered, come across, and seen on television and articles and in periodicals and in news publishings even more beautiful women than you and more accomplished than you. It has nothing to do with your looks. You're a party girl, Madison. Just admit it. You like to party. My girl likes to party all the time, party all the time, party all the time. My girl likes to party all the time, party all the time. She parties all the time. Okay, so yeah, you party. Like, seriously. Nobody is coming for you about your looks, because at the end of the day, if you really want to know about your looks, you look like la Dia de la Muerte. And for those that don't know what that is, it is the Day of the Dead. And I'm going to put in a picture of what that looks like right here. So, Madison, that's why he hurt your feelings. And that's why you was coming at Alan the way you were. Alan, stop pacifying Madison and stop trying to appease her and accommodate her to win her over. Because she gaslit you. She gaslighted you soon as she was like, this was a perfect opportunity for us to move forward and get somewhere. She was alluding, it was almost like she was alluding to the fact, alluding to the point, like that conversation prior to him making that comment, they were in a good place and space, like their relationship could have progressed to something physical. Lies, lies and all lies, lies and more lies. No, it wouldn't. No, it couldn't. No, it won't. Now, a lot of people on here that just won't be honest. Just won't be honest. I don't know if it's fear of hurting somebody's feelings, or because you doing these things is hurting them more. It's hurting them more. And it speaks of your character. It speaks of your character. But Alan is going out of his way. He's getting styled by a professional stylist at a boutique. He's getting Invisaligns to straighten his teeth, which I am not knocking any of these enhancements. Just do it for yourself, not for her, because she is not your forever. But when your forever does come along, you are going to be on point. So we'll thank Madison for getting you ready for the right chick. We'll thank Madison for that. Then Camille and Thomas. Sometimes I want Camille to go back to them niggas that were more involved in themselves than they were into her, because it almost seems sometimes she can't appreciate Thomas for him being a laid back kind of guy. She's saying, oh, she wants him to be more take charge. She wants him to make decisions. Girl, you better appreciate that. He let you have your way and he okay with that. Because the ones that you like to say, I want you to take charge, I want you to make the decisions, and I want you to make the say, we describe those as controlling. So you might want to lay low on him speaking up too much. If he say, I'm cool with whatever you go with, put out some suggestions and see what stick on him. Because ultimately, he is making a decision out of your suggestions. Just saying. It's all types of ways to get a workaround, to get some resolution. It doesn't have to be a cookie cut one type of way. But she was stuck on this swag and all this stuff. She in the bedroom wanting to tie the man up and emasculate the man, talking about stop acting like a bitch. And I'm like, Camille, what you used to? It just made me wonder what she used to. See, I can already tell Thomas is used to dating more white women. Camille, she dated the niggers, okay? She dated the niggers. And so the dynamic is totally different between them. Now, can it work? Yes. But Camille would have to make some concessions because Thomas is flexible. He's very pliable. She's a little bit rigid. She's a little rigid, and I don't think she realized it. She doesn't even realize that she is rigid. And she's stuck in this mindset of things being a certain way. Like she asked, well, would you like us to live together or would you like us to stay in our separate places? He's like, well, you know, I'm willing to go with the flow, and you know, it's nothing is set in stone. It has to be a certain way. But he's like, ideally, I would like us to be under the same roof, being that we have been living, you know, together these several weeks. So I would like to continue that. So he did share his desire. But then he followed it up with, you know, but whatever you like is fine. He let you know what he would like, but he is also okay with what you would like. You want him to say, this is what it is and this is what it's going to be. Do you really want that, Camille? You want a bitch that's just going to tell you what the fuck is going to be? No, you don't. I don't know why people talk out of both sides of their mouth. Because if he was talking to you like that, like this ignorant mofo we call Ike, talking to MM, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit, you wouldn't. You really wouldn't. So, just let it go. Just let it go, Camille. And go with the flow a little bit. That's all. And now, moving on to Ike and MM. Ike, you called her aggressive, and I'm gonna call you a bitch. You started with the A's, so I'm gonna go to the B's. You's a bitch. I don't know how they couldn't see through you. You did not deserve to be on this show. You did not deserve the privilege of being chosen for this experiment. You abused the privilege of being chosen for such a journey. Like, you disrespected the other couples, you disrespected your chosen spouse, you disrespected the experts, you disrespected the producers, you disrespected the viewers. You are just outright 360 disrespectful, my man. And you think you are so intelligent and so in tune and in touch and so real. You are real fucked up. That's what you are. That's the only thing real about you is your fucked upness. What rubbed me raw was, one, when they went to meet with Dr. Pia and MM was sitting down with Dr. Pia and Ike walks in. He greets Dr. Pia. He sits down and he ignores MM. He's not going to acknowledge her. Dr. Pia caught tea and was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You're not going to acknowledge your wife? And he's like, well, I was about to till you said something. If you were going to, just as fast as you sat down, when you sat down, you could have said, how you doing? Like, there was a long pause in between you saying anything and Dr. Pia acknowledging that you didn't say anything. So how are you going to say something? I don't like people playing in my face. And what MM should have done, what she should have done, is said, Dr. Pia, it is quite all right. I have become accustomed to his silence. So whether he was going to speak or not, it doesn't matter. That would have woke his ass up because he's not used to that. He's not used to those responses from MM. Very calmly, very matter-of-factly, with no animosity, no aggression. Just, Dr. Pia, it's all right. You don't have to address that. I am accustomed to his silence. So whether he was going to speak or not does not matter to me. I've become used to not hearing from him. So him not speaking now doesn't matter. 2, she said calmly, this just stuck in my head. She said, I don't appreciate how you're talking to me right now. Very calmly, very respectfully. I don't appreciate the way you're talking to me right now. This bitch said, I don't appreciate how you talk to me half the time. He creates scenarios that don't exist. And then he doesn't have any concrete, solid, like, supporting facts to back up his foundings. Like he does. Another gaslighter. Just like at the anniversary, when he came to the anniversary only to press MM's buttons, and he got up under her skin, and then he waited till she came back to exit the building. Bitch, if you wanted to leave, you could have left while she was in the bathroom, but you waited till she came out of the bathroom to then leave. He's very calculated. So then at the meeting with Dr. Pia, when he's like, oh, I could do this, but I don't think it would be conducive for whatever he said. I'm paraphrasing. And it pricked MM. I don't know why, but it did. It disturbed her makeup and upset her tears. Shout out to Quentin. So I'm like, girl. She excuses herself and she goes to the restroom again. And he has a smirk on his face. I don't know if y'all saw it, but the bitch had a smirk on his face. Because he was satisfied. He was sitting there gloating in satisfaction of once again hurting her. And I'm like, this, I can't. After all of that shit, then he decides they exit that venue. They outside. He asks her, he says, you want to play some video games? She says, yes. What? You were supposed to tell him no, because I know how much your safety and solitude means to you. I understand how much you like being in the moment. And since being away from you, I too have learned how to be in the moment. And that's what I'm about to go do. You have a good night. I in no way want to disturb your safety or solitude. And I'm about to go be in the moment. You have a good night. I would have used all his bullshit on him. Nope, I already got plans to be in the moment. I would not let that little person try me like that. He's a little person. And he has protruding hips. No. He is mad disrespectful. Mad disrespectful. And she fell for it. She fell for it. And then she's like, he's not done. He's not done. He's hurting. No. You around here playing like you're hurting. He gonna keep doing this as long as you allow him to. So I don't know what you're looking for. And last but not least, we got Michelle and David. Michelle, you did not care one bit about anything, what was going on with David, until you got a text saying, you look so damn fine, I want to eat you up. David, you can't tell the truth and a lie at the same time. Those two things are not mutually exclusive in the same space. You can't do that. You can't tell the truth and a lie. You tell the truth or you lie it up. Truth or lie your ass off. Now, what you should have did, David, and y'all send this clip, y'all send this little snippet right here to him. What you should have did, and if this ever happened to you again, this is what you do. You should have told that bitch it was for her. She been curving you and curving you and curving you. When she said, I know it wasn't for me, you should have said to the contrary. I figured I'd shoot my shot. Nothing else was working. I am attracted to you. And to me, you are fine. And I do want to eat you up. So, I thought I'd send it. You didn't say nothing. So I didn't say nothing else. And if that didn't work, shit, nothing will. She would have been all flustered and flabbergasted and wouldn't knew what to do. That would have put the ball back in her court. She would have been looking uber stupid. You was supposed to say that bitch with a straight face, like, I don't know what you want me to do. Like, I sent it to you. The text came to you, didn't it? Well, it was for you. You didn't respond. So, I guess you just really not feeling me and you not into me, and it would just make me feel a lot better if you just told me to my face that you are not into me and you just don't want this, because quite frankly, nothing I do is going to nothing I say or nothing I do is going to attract you. So why don't you just say that? Put it back on her. But you waited to the end after you done lied, talking about, well, if you knew I was lying, why didn't you say something then? No, that's not how this works, David. And Michelle, you don't get to care after you've been treating a bitch like shit. And then another gaslighter. She's like, your cheating is a trigger because that's why my parents got divorced, as a result of my father's infidelity on my mother. But he didn't know that. David didn't know that. And how can something be a trigger for something you never wanted in the first place? Did you follow me? How can something be a trigger for something you never wanted in the first place? Your parents' marriage should not be the trigger for your marriage that you never wanted. Make it make sense. You are pulling at like thread, all just to make you look like. And then she had the audacity to be like, I'm trying. I was trying. Everybody saw me trying. It was a little bit, but it was gradual. And it was a little at a time, and everybody saw me. And now, after you did that, now I don't want to do anything. I don't want. Just like Madison with the conversation, that was the perfect opportunity for us to progress forward until you said what you said. And now the conversation, you were never attracted to him. You never wanted him. And that was just something for you to push y'all back. You was looking for something and you found something. Just like Ike with all his many she does this, she does that, but never giving supporting information to back up his accusations of what MM does. Look, Michelle, here's the thing. You're the one who said you have an inkling, your intuition is telling you that you feel like the text was meant for Madison. Now, I don't know how you pull that hat out your bag, but I'm here for the mess. So why you feel that way is neither here nor there to me. I don't care. When y'all got to the cabin and y'all started talking, the guilt came out, and all of a sudden Madison, before Madison jumped up, David was like, Alan, you don't need to say nothing else. And I'm like, why he don't need to say nothing else? All she asked was, do you call other girls? Do you got other girls' numbers in your phone? He said no. She said, you call other girls? He said no. David's like, Alan, you don't need to entertain this conversation. And he was like, oh, well, he telling me I don't need to talk, so I guess I'm going to be quiet. And I'm like, and then Madison's like, this is ridiculous. I'm ready to go to fuck home. And I'm like, what? She's like, I'm ready to pack my stuff and leave. I'm like, why? What's going on? I'm like, she didn't clock your tea. And child, Michelle's sitting there looking like Maleficent. I'm like, what? What just happened? It was too much. It was too much. It happened so fast, but it was perfect. It was perfect. I loved it, and I can't wait for tonight's episode. It's a whole lot of fuckery. Don't want to forget Ike coming in the cabin telling MM that there was the best of times, it was the worst of times, and we had a blast, but we just couldn't make it. So sign right here. She said, bitch, where? There's nowhere for me to sign. And where are the other pages? This is 1 of 4. Where is 2, 3, and 4? He said, that's a formality. She said, nigga, nah. That ain't no formality. Those are documents. And I need to see them before I put my signature on anything. Now, if you want me to sign, I'll sign when I get the other documents. But there is nowhere for me to sign on page 1. So I can't put my signature on page 1. I'm sorry. He's like, so... She said, I will gladly grant you your divorce as soon as I see the other pages of the document. As far as I'm concerned, this isn't a legal document. He's like, would you just go ahead and sign? She said, no, I won't. You want to take this? He said, no. She said, oh, you don't want it? You don't want this? Oh, you running? You gone? You out? Okay. Bye. Like, then when he came in, he does things for attention. He came in just standing there mean mugging. When you walk in a place, you come in and you speak. Proper etiquette says when you enter a room, bitch, you speak. Hi, good evening, everybody. Alan, once again, Alan's like, you know, Ike, you gonna have a seat? You wanna? He's like, oh no, I'm allergic to shellfish. You being allergic to shellfish ain't got shit with you, ain't got shit to do with you saying hello from across the room. You could say, you could still speak. He's calculated, and he should have never been chosen for this show. Ever. That's all I got. That's all I got. Can't wait to come back to y'all tonight with new episode. Y'all know the routine. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I did not expect this to be that long. I'm gonna try and cut some stuff down, but I had a lot of stuff to get off my chest, so I'm glad I got it off my chest. In the meantime, in between time, love y'all so much. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.